got into fitness by accident, started gaining some weight, started having a little bit of you know, issues like my grandparents and so many of our grandparents, you know, who were products of their environment and what was available to eat. So I saw that starting to happen with me. Even though I'd always been pretty, you know, thin, I wasn't healthy. So I basically just started to focus a lot more on the fitness aspect. And I saw how people were starting to get a little bit more left behind than me because of the tools that I have, because I liked cooking and I learned other things that are really just not available for other people. I mean, now we do have YouTube and stuff like that, but if you didn't grow up with it, I got lucky. My grandfather was a chef, my grandmother was a baker, and my mom knew how to cook. So I had the tools. So if you don't have those tools, this is what happens. So this is what pushed me toward this.
Okay. So because of the time limits, I'm really going to push the questions so that we can get that out the way and we can get to the actual cooking aspect of this. So I know you have some fundraising efforts that you started recently called Vital. So talk to us about Vital and what Vital stands for.
Okay. Vital, it stands for valuable, indispensable tools to achieve longevity. So that's the campaign that I'm doing. So basically what I want to do is go in and teach people who may be a little more impoverished how to shop, how to budget a menu for the week, how to prepare certain foods, and how they can do it at an affordable price. However, there are some people, like I said, that don't even have a cutting board, let alone a proper knife. So these are people that no matter what, they need the tools to be able to get better, not back to normal. Everybody needs to stop saying back to normal or the new normal, because that means we're going to put these same people, the essential people who are dying at a faster rate, back into the same situation where they have no tools to be able to better themselves and get out of this situation. So we're not the same people every time there's a pandemic or something involved with health dying. So that's what I'm raising money for. So anybody who can give a donation, that's what your money's going to go toward, giving these people a personalized situation. I'll go with them to the store and show them how to shop. I'll come into their apartment and show them how to cook meals. I'll show them how that they can do it and feed their family a healthy meal for less than $10. And it can be done. Family up to 4.
And just to give a background, this came up because in the last few weeks, we found out that the Latino and African American community have been hit the hardest from COVID-19. And the reasons being that as a people, we have most of the underlying health issues such as heart disease, diabetes, asthma, you name it, right? Obesity. Yes. So all those result from not eating properly. So your initiative actually really stemmed from this whole coronavirus issue, right? And it's been something that has been pressing, but the coronavirus now really pushed you to really jump in.
Yeah. Yes, it has pushed me further, but as every single doctor will tell you, it's almost like we're predisposed to have these issues. Like, oh, you're Black, so you're definitely gonna probably get hypertension. You're probably gonna be asthmatic, and you're probably gonna be diabetic. It's like, great, I'm glad you're telling me that, but what are you doing to actually give me the tools that I need to overcome that and sustain longevity? And I don't see that happening. I see people saying that we are essential and saying, okay, they don't have money to pay their rent. They don't have money to buy nutritious meals. Let's just give them more benefits. Then what happens when that runs out? You're back to, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to shop. I don't know how to budget a meal. I still don't have enough time because I have to be the essential worker and work 3 jobs and feed 4 children. So we're back in the same spot, and it just keeps going over and over and over again. It's one of the things that I didn't like about working in the restaurant industry, because that it's becoming like a luxury to be able to work in a restaurant and to be able to eat in a restaurant. Like every single person was pushed out. So now where are these restaurants now? Now they're giving away food, but what are those chefs doing with their time? They could be out in these communities, in these apartments, in these NYCHA complexes where all those essential workers live at. There's a lot of people in NYCHA that work to move this city.
Right.
Your restaurant is closed. You're giving away food. That's great. Why can't you give away your time and show these people how to better themselves?
Right.
How to budget their food, how to eat nutritiously.
And once again, welcome for those just joining us, for everybody just joining us. Welcome once again. I'm sure you saw the flyer. You got the information about today, about what today's topic is. For those on Instagram, if you have any questions, please type them in and I'll read them out to Kareem if he's cooking during the time. For those joining us on Zoom, you have access. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions you have, okay?
Hi, Joanna.
Yes, I see Joanna, I see
Michelle,
I see Joe, I see everybody. Yes, so Kareem, another question I want to ask you, I have a lot of questions. So in your opinion, and this is not just for Kareem, for anybody watching as well, would you say that Trump declaring a national emergency over the coronavirus pandemic came a little bit too late?
I think we need to understand that politicians and scientists and doctors, first responders, they don't know everything. We have to put that into perspective. All of us think that the sun is going to go down tonight, and we think that it's going to come up tomorrow morning. We don't really know. Do I think things could have been done sooner? Yeah. Do we know that if it had been done sooner, for sure, no matter what, that this would have been prevented? We don't know. At the end of the day, we're always going to have we're going to want somebody to blame. But in all honesty, they don't know either. They're trying to play the inventor.
Are you trying to be politically correct, Kareem? It's all right.
You
don't need to be politically correct.
I'm not trying to be. I'm telling the truth here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Probably not. And I don't think anybody that's in the White House actually gets to say what they want to say. I think there's other things there that are going on. These are distractions in a lot of the ways. None of it makes sense to me anyway. I don't know how I went from a bat to a pig to a person to the air. None of it makes sense.
Right.
My thing is this. Right. We have what we know are the facts, and that is that Black, brown people primarily are systemically ill. We know that. We know that the places where the apartments are were usually put where there's going to be asthma. We know that they're going to be in lower paying jobs. We know they're not going to have the health benefits that others have to take care of themselves. And then on top of that, you're going to try to tell me to eat healthy when I have this really, really, really tough life, when everybody else who has money that has tough life, they get to go and eat a pound of ice cream in the most luxurious place. And then if they have a problem with their sugar, they can go to their doctor, get some pills for it. There's a lot of people that don't have that ability in these communities. That's the fact. We cannot let our health be the cause of our death. Right. We just can't. So that is the real fact. Whether it could have been stopped sooner or not, what we do know is this. What we can stop right now is our health being the cause for us having a negative life,
And that actually segues into the next question. Since we're talking about how we can do better for ourselves and eat properly, for a lot of people, for a lot of us, this whole shutdown and sheltering in place and the country being on shutdown right now, the world being on shutdown, could be seen as a setback for a lot of people. And this question also goes to everybody watching. What has this time taught you about yourself that you didn't know you had that about yourself before now? So Kareem, I'll start with you.
You start with me. I learned that, and because I'm taking it every single day. I'm learning that I am coming into myself. At first, this entire time, I thought it was about you and Johanna, and I love you guys to death. I realized that in this pandemic, that it's more than that. I need to reach people before they even get to the gym.
Okay.
When you are caught in the birthplace and you are taught from a small age how to be better, you typically will grow up to be better. But if you're trying to erase all of the things that, if you're coming from a place where all of that was not even instilled when you were a child, it's very hard to erase all of that. This is what I'm saying about this. We know what is going on and we keep pacifying it. We're not getting to where it starts. My thing is this. I have love for every single person out there that's in the medical industry, the child care industry, all the people that they're calling the essential workers. I love that. That's great. But guess where the real first responder is? The person that puts food in your mouth. Right. Without that, we have no first responders.
Right.
We have no one. If you don't have nourishment in all aspects, the first thing being food, of course, and then from there, everything else that you need, security, love, you don't have a first responder. So we are even getting bumped back to those people. When those people get off work, what do they got to do? Go to the store and go eat and get nourishment for themselves.
Right.
We're getting bumped back from that. They're still elevated higher than the people that are feeding them. And that is what has to change in this entire world.
And Michelle is agreeing with you. She said that's really good what you said. Anybody else want to chime in before we get into the cooking part? We have a lot of fun that we have to get to tonight. Anybody else want to tell us what this whole pandemic, this shutdown has taught you about yourself? Because none of us living today has experienced anything like this. The last time anything like this happened was 100 years ago. And it's not even as close to the Spanish flu. So has anybody learned something new about themselves? I know for me, I learned that I can actually stay in a quiet house with no problem. I'm talking about no music, no TV, no nothing all day. And I didn't even realize nothing is playing in the background. So I'm actually realizing that say it again.
You're okay just being with, you were at peace just being with yourself then, in other words.
And I'm noticing I never was a homebody, but I'm realizing that I'll be wherever I want to be body, right? If I got to go out.
Yeah, how are you? I'm sorry, I just saw Wanda.
Yeah, and Joanne said respect for life. Respect for life. Anybody over here on Instagram want to tell us something that they've learned about themselves during this pandemic?
Come on, Miss Wanda. I know you got something to share with us. I haven't seen you in so long. Look at that smile.
Michelle said, being in a health-minded community is good for you, and I do not want fear to break that off.
That's true. That's right. That's very true. Very, very true. Yeah.
So without holding everybody up and without holding the cooking portion up with this, Miss Wanda, yeah, did you want to say something? See if you can unmute yourself. Or you can type the message in.
Oh, you're muted, Wanda. Unmute yourself and ask your question if you want.
And one of my friends, Nika, said, it woke me up. I have every excuse why I wasn't working out, meditating, praying often. It is like a kick in the butt for me now. So anybody on Zoom that wants to make any kind of remarks, you could either type it in and unmute yourself. I believe I did remove any kind of muting. I said everybody can do everything, you know, like mute, talk, or whatever. So Kareem, I want to ask you what you are cooking tonight, what you're showing us tonight.
Oh, today I said, you know what? I'm not going to shock everybody. I was going to make like a standing rib roast, and I said, nah, I'll take it simple. So you know what? I took it back a few notches, and I was like, pizza. And I said, okay. I said, you know what? Let's think about the essential workers here, and let's think about most of them, who they are. The demographics of them are usually single moms that have kids running around. So what kid doesn't love pizza, and what kid doesn't like getting their hands on? And you know what? If you're a mom that's struggling for time, and this is a way to put them to work without them knowing, and they're getting tools on top of this. One of the best things that ever happened to me when I was a kid was being able to be in the kitchen with my grandfather and my grandmother. I loved it. I had no idea what I was doing, but just getting in there, putting your hands and stuff, it allows you a form of expression. It does, without speaking. So the first thing that we need to do, remember we talked about being essential and what the essential needs are for your body, feeding your body, giving your body love. You need to let your kids be in the kitchen with you. Let them learn. These are vegetables. These are from the Mother Earth. These are going to give you nourishment. Let them know what that's like. You can't just sit there and take them out to eat and they have no concept of what they're eating. Where does that come from? How is it made? Well, this is what it looked like before it became pizza. That's part of the tools that you want to start teaching them when they're developing at a young age. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to do a deconstructed pizza with tons of vegetables. And you know what I noticed when I do this with kids? They don't care what it is. They just want to make it. Okay. And they'll eat it because they made it.
Even with vegetables in it?
It's all vegetables. Everything that we're eating is all plant-based.
Okay.
Every single thing that we're eating.
Okay. You wanna show us a little bit?
You want to see? Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, are we going to segue into the cooking part?
Yes.
I'm nervous. Y'all have never seen me cook, but oh well. Don't look at my kitchen. No, I'm talking about this kitchen. Because look, this is the whatchamacallit. This is the Corona. Yo, so everybody can hear me, right? Like I said, this is my first live, so I'm going to need some direction. If you guys can't see me or whatever, let me know, and we're gonna get started.
That looks good right there for the Zoom, for your laptop. Yes.
Yeah, can you see me on the Instagram?
You gotta move it out a little bit so we can see your hands on Instagram.
Okay. Let me come down a little bit. Thank God I bought this light. As y'all can see, these new apartments don't have overhead lighting, so.
Okay, that looks good.
Okay.
Can you move it down a little bit more so we can see the stove? I don't know if we're gonna be using the stove at all.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
That good? You tell me when.
A little bit more.
A little bit further down?
Yeah.
Do what? Yeah, I got it. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to put up 4
I hear somebody.
as the answer to all of those in 60 seconds for less than $15,000. Okay,
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear something. Do you hear something in the background?
It's coming from Zoom. I've muted everybody again. It's okay.
Oh.
IG said they can see you. They can see you on IG, so that's good.
How's this one here?
Good.
Yeah? You can
Yep.
see me?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's get started. So, everybody can hear me?
Yes. You're good, Kareem. You're good.
Okay. So, I don't know which one is easier for y'all to see. Okay. The first thing you want to have, can you see over here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Everybody can see these are skewer sticks, kebab sticks, whatever. So basically all I did was get these from the 99-cent store. They're like $1.99 a pack for a whole bunch of them. So I take them, and what I did was soak them in water, just because I'm putting them in the oven and I don't want them to like get super, super burned up. So
And show us that on Zoom. Just show it to us on Zoom.
this here.
Yep.
Can you see?
Yep. Yep. You see it. Yep.
All I do is soak it in here, basically. That's all you want to do. Then you can just pour that off, okay? So the first part of this recipe, and the recipe, I have the link for you after this. I'm using this brand here. It is a, can you see that?
Yep.
The meatless Italian sausage. So
show us on Instagram too. I'm sorry, Kareem.
Say that again?
Show that on Instagram too. You got to do both.
Sure.
All right. There you go.
That?
Yep. Yeah. There you go. Yep.
So I eat mostly, plant-based because it is, of course, vegetables are what is it boosts your immune system. So what I'm gonna do, in the recipe, it tells you to cook these up, right? So I'm gonna show you just a quick little trick because you can actually save yourself a little bit of time if you're in need of time, and just chop these up real quick for your kebabs. So I'm gonna take them like this. I'm gonna turn my pan on. I'm gonna put a little olive oil in there. Can you see the pan?
On Zoom, yes. On Instagram, right there. We can see it.
Perfect. So I'm gonna start that pan, getting it hot. Okay. I'm gonna get my sausage prepped. I'm gonna cut these into the little size pieces that I want for my kebabs. Okay. So it's up to you personally, but try to go for like 8 pieces for each kebab. All right. I'm gonna chop these up, and this is gonna save me one step because in the recipe it tells you to cook these and then let them cool. But for the interest of time, I'm gonna start cooking those now. Okay, so those are on, they're ready to go. Put a little bit of olive oil in there. Get that cooking. I have it on like a medium heat, all right? Then I'm gonna take my onion. Can you see my onion?
Yep.
Onion. Okay, so you could use whatever type of onions you want, but I'm choosing red. Why? Because it's like the funkiest onion. I love funky food because funky food equals flavor.
Right.
All right. Don't go for the mild stuff. So all I did was cut this onion in half, right? Cut it in half, real simple. No rocket science. No rocket science. Now I'm gonna take it and just cut it like this because I'm making kebabs out of it. So I'm gonna cut it again, and I'm gonna cut it the other side off. Okay. Then I'm gonna take it and make 2 dices. One here, one here. And now I'm ready to make my kebabs. All I'm gonna do is peel these little pieces like that, and they're gonna go into my kebabs. Got it?
Yep.
All right. So after that, all I did earlier was take a bell pepper, I sliced it up, then I removed these parts, which are called the ribs, right? That little white little core in there. They're edible, but they don't work in a texture standpoint. So you don't throw any of this stuff away.
I never knew those were edible.
Say that again?
I never knew those were edible.
The ribs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with this. Pop it in your mouth. Eat it. But for texture, it cooks at different times. That's why you see people remove it, because it
Okay.
will come out mushier than the actual bell pepper.
Okay.
So don't ever throw that type of stuff away. Save it. Put this stuff like this, like the ends of onions, save it. Put it all into a container. Put it on the stove. Boil it. It is stock, vegetable stock.
Someone was asking on IG if you could show the rib. He ate it. He ate the rib.
Sure.
You have another one?
Yep. So here's my beautiful bell pepper, right? I've already washed this and removed the label. So I'll back it up a little bit more. So since we had a question about it, okay? So you always want to remove that top, right? Again, this is edible. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna move it to the side. The only reason why I'm moving it to the side is because I want strips that look like this, because they're gonna set up easier on the kebabs, okay? So all I do is take my bell pepper like this. Can we see that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna make a cut like this. See that?
Yep.
So that's one way to do it. Like, a lot of people go like this. They take it. I don't know if you can see that. I just feel like my hands are blocking everything. A lot of people remove the seeds like that, right? So then these are the ribs that I'm speaking of. See that?
Okay.
That's the ribs. So make another slice, and then chop out the bottom. So then all you have to do is remove that part right there. Again, it is edible. It is edible, okay? So once you get a piece like that, just make it about an inch, just like that. That's kind of what you want, okay? So you're gonna make however many pieces you can with that, all right? That's something about right, okay? So once you get that all done, okay, here's some mushrooms. You can use, remember, you can use whatever you want. When you make a pizza, if you want to throw peanut butter on your pizza, go for it.
Okay.
You want to make peanut butter? Listen, if your kid says, I want a peanut butter and celery pizza, Mom, let them have it. If that means they're going to eat some healthy nut butter and some healthy celery, go for it. You may not need to bake it, but go for it.
Right. Okay.
You can make pizza dessert. People don't have a problem with it when they go to Papa John's and buy pizza dessert cookies, right? Mm. So here's some mushrooms. These are Bella mushrooms, delicious. So all I did was take the stem out of the middle, so it leaves that little hole inside of there, okay?
Okay.
I took it out only because I'm gonna stuff it later with these for another dish. But for the kebabs, I'm not. But I'll show you that other dish that I'm gonna make another time. So there's nothing wrong with the stems. Mm-hmm. Again, it's about the texture. When they cook, these ones cook longer. And by the time these ones are already done, these ones probably won't be done. And we don't want to eat like inconsistent tasting food, okay?
Can you show the mushrooms over here on Zoom?
Sure. Yummy baby Bella mushrooms. They were $2 at Aldi, organic. So I love Aldi and Trader Joe's. They're brothers. They both have two similar stores. Okay, I'm gonna turn this heat up just a little bit, just to give these sausages a little bit more heat. And because I'm using plant-based sausages, you don't have to cook them as thoroughly. But if you are a meat eater, you want to pretty much get your sausage done, okay? If it's a real beef or pork sausage, you want to cook it pretty much all the way through before you put it in the oven, because it's only going to take about 10 or 15 minutes in the oven. And with all the other produce around it, there's a chance that it's not going to get cooked through. And if you're cooking for kids, you know you want to cook your meat products all the way through, okay? Right. All right, so let me move this out of the way, because I've already got here the stuff to make up my kebabs. I also want some cherry tomatoes. So I got some nice organic cherry tomatoes. I found them at a produce market by me. They were on sale, the entire pack on the vine. Great, cherry tomatoes on the vine, organic. This entire pack cost me only $1. I was like, what? So I got like 6-pack of them. They taste like sugar water. They're so sweet. Oh my God. Amazing. Whenever you buy tomatoes.
I know. So Kareem, this whole thing is
Yes.
about learning to cook for a healthy meal for $10 or less. Not a lot of us know how to go shop for organic stuff for cheap. When you're organic, the first thing we think is, oh my God, that's expensive. That's a whole paycheck, right? So
Yes.
how do you go about finding out places that sell organic stuff for cheap?
Okay. The easiest way to do it is go to the well-known stores that sell organic products for cheap. That is Trader Joe's, Aldi. If you have a local produce store, sometimes they have stuff that is a lot cheaper as well that can be organic. Not everything you purchase has to be organic, but you should try to go for it as much as possible. Don't forget, Whole Foods, I know they're referred to as whole paycheck. However, they do have a brand. Their in-house brand of organics is quite affordable.
La carne
Hey, Stephanie, can you please mute your audio?
con mushroom y yeah.
What was the question?
Whatever.
Stephanie on Zoom, can you mute your audio?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? But yeah, you can find some affordable brands. So my suggestion again, look for Whole Foods, the 365 brand. Go to Food Town. They have a brand called David's. They do everything that's organic, and it's like all affordable. If you have a Food Town in your neighborhood, so the retailers are coming around to lowering the prices of those things, because once Amazon took over Whole Foods,
right,
the prices dropped. So they're starting to become competitive. But David's has is it David's? Let me double check. Let me just see, because I have actually their pumpkin base right here. So this is, I'm sorry, Brad's. Brad, can you see? I don't know if you can see here.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Brad's. That's the name of the organic line that's available at Food Town. So Super Food Town, Food Town. Very, very affordable. This is an organic can of pumpkin, which I use for soup. In a place like Whole Foods, that would usually run you about $2 or $3 a can. This is only 99 cents at Food Town, and it's organic. So, and also check Target. Target is doing good. Target also has their brand now. Target has their brand. And if, of course, if you've got friends that have BJ's, let's try that, try BJ's as well. Okay? So now we're going to start to assemble. You got any more questions coming in?
I'll let you know once they come in.
Awesome. So here we go. Now we start the assembly. We've got pretty much everything done. So for tonight, this is what I'm doing. Can you see this?
Yes.
Can you see it? Huh?
Yeah.
You can see the mushrooms. You can see the bell peppers, onions, tomatoes.
Not quite on Instagram, but you had showed it earlier. Yes, there you go.
So now there are no rules. That's your number one. Here's the fun part. So you can pick whatever you want. I'm going to start with the sausage, right? So all I'm going to do is thread this sausage in, right? And then, okay, what do I want next? Do I want a tomato? I don't know. I don't care. Whatever I grab. So I'm going to grab a tomato, cherry tomato. And you know what? I think I'll put some bell pepper in between that. Some red bell pepper. Now I'm gonna put some green bell pepper, 2 different flavors. And then I'll go for a nice red onion. Then I'm gonna go for a mushroom. And let's see. After that, let's see. I'll go for another onion. And maybe some more sausage. And then maybe some more onion. And then let's put a tomato. And it really doesn't matter. There are no rules to how you make your kebab. It should be fun for the kid, and you should have fun and be free. Your hands should be free, and your mind should be free while they're having fun with this. Now, of course, you definitely want to make sure that you're using, you're doing this with kids that are not going to poke themselves, because the skewer themselves are sharp on the end. So you do want to show them how to weave it through carefully so that they don't poke themselves. They can poke themselves with this, okay? So I've got this. Let's make one more, okay? I got my sheet pan here ready. All I'm gonna do is spray this down. This is just olive oil that I put into here, a sprayer. I'm just gonna spray this down, right? Just because when I put that pizza dough on there, I don't want it to stick. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a few spritzes, but you're not trying to soak the pan, okay? Put that down, move it out the way. We're gonna make one more here. And I'll start this one with a mushroom. I don't want to run out of time. I'm like, I feel like I'm one of those cookie shows where they like run out of time.
Yeah, because the time,
like,
yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go. So I just want to show you that I want to get to the dough part, because that is where people usually get a little bit nervous, okay? So I'm just putting these on here so you can get the gist of it. Everybody can see this okay? Anybody have any questions about it or for me while I do this? Huh, Obi?
Yes. Stephanie was asking if this will be posted on your Instagram, and yes, it will be.
Okay, awesome. All right, I'm gonna end these with sausage. I wish I had somebody here to try this with me.
Social distancing.
I know. Okay, so here's the pizza dough, right? So I went to the store. I do have a recipe on my Instagram for homemade pizza dough, but some people are like, are you kidding me? No. So we're not gonna go there. So we're gonna go to a store. Most every store, like a Superfood Town or Trader Joe's, has ready-made pizza dough in their refrigerator or in their freezer. If you can't find it, go to Two Guys. Be like, listen, can I get like half a pound of pizza dough? I need to make some cheese sticks or whatever. They don't mind. They'll sell it to you. Tell them give you one slice of pizza dough. That's all you need. You don't even need this much. It's a lot. Okay? So once you get it home, you want to keep it pretty cold. Don't start messing with it, because it's gonna get really tough, all right? And sticky. So all you do is take it out. Okay?
Yeah.
Grab some flour, any kind of flour, don't matter. Just a little bit of flour, okay? You just want to keep it from sticking to your cutting board. So like literally like that. All I did was like a tablespoon, maybe 2. Can you see that?
Yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's it. So put some in both hands just to make sure your hands don't stick. Throw it down. You can have fun with it. Flip it over. Have fun with it. It's dough. Okay.
Don't take out your anger of being in the house on the dough.
Okay. Done. I have a rolling pin. If you don't have a rolling pin, use a cup. Use a glass. Everybody knows that secret from one of their grandmas. Okay, I'm just gonna roll this out. Can you see that it's like a little rectangle that I'm making?
Yes.
So I'm rolling the dough from the inside out. See that? From here, I'm adding more and more pressure to lengthen it out. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
That's all we're doing, okay? I'm making it nice and thin. This is perfect right here, okay? All right? Don't mess with it too much, because if you do, it's gonna start to spring back and get super glutinous, because the more you work with it, the more you build up that protein. So that's about right. There is really nothing else to it. From here, all you gotta do, get you a nice little pizza wheel. So remember, we're working for, this organization is about tools, right? We're doing this to give people the tools that they need to get healthier. People that think that they can't do this, and it's simple, okay? There may be somebody that doesn't have one of these. There may be somebody, not a lot of people have a rolling pin or a cutting board. This is what my organization is about. Giving people not only the skills, but also the tools like this that they may need as well. So these are the people that I'm doing the GoFundMe crowdfunding for. This is what it's for. So all I'm gonna do from here, give my nice, this is called a pizza wheel, okay? All I'm gonna do is cut some nice little strips, just like that, just to make them straight, about an inch across, just like the pieces that we did. That's it. All you need is the amount of kebabs you have. So I have 2 kebabs, so I'm just gonna give 2. So.
Kareem, we're short on time.
Say that again?
We're short on time.
Okay, so I'm gonna start at the top of my kebab, right?
Yep.
And all I'm gonna do is weave my pizza dough around my kebab. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to do this and show it to the camera at the same time. So it doesn't really matter.
You're doing an excellent job.
Can you see it? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All you wanna do is weave that around and make sure that you can see your vegetables. Tuck it in, stuff it in. Voila, voila. Stretch it out. Keep it on the thick side because you don't want it to cook too fast, so don't stretch it too thin. Once you get to the bottom, tuck that part in, and there you have it.
Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Can you show that over here on Zoom? Michelle said that looks yummy.
Oh, it's gonna be, okay? I forgot to show you this one. So we have that one, right? I'm not gonna do this all the way out, but I just wanna give you another way. Let me just show you one more other way. Those are all that stuff. You see how simple? Here's another way you can do it. You can do this any way you want. So you can start with the pizza dough like this, and then take your toppings, fold them in, do it like that. And this time, can you everybody see that?
Yes.
You can weave it like this. Stretch it out, stretch it, and pull it like this, okay?
Okay.
There's another way of doing it, if you want, okay? So, and then you're just gonna tuck this back in however you want, but don't worry, it's not gonna look like that, all right? So, once you get all that done, you're gonna take it, pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes, okay? That's all it takes. I'm setting it.
10 minutes?
It's gonna take a little bit longer. It's gonna take a little bit longer. So you're gonna do first the 10 minutes. Make sure you get some of that olive oil on the bottom. Then you're gonna pop it in. Then you're gonna turn it around, okay? You're gonna turn it around. While that cooks, all right? Let me clear this out of the way for you so you can see. Make sure you don't throw away your leftover dough. All you have to do, pile this back up, put it back in the freezer, and you can do like little mini pizzas. You can make them flat and do like little circle cutouts. Use something like this, cut them out, and you can make little flatbread pizzas, make new toppings. This saves really well. Keep it in the freezer. So now we're gonna make our toppings. All right. I love garlic. I love garlic olive oil, but you can use butter if you want to. I recommend olive oil, but you can use whatever you want. But we're talking about trying to get a little bit healthier, okay? So all I did was take 1 clove of garlic. You can use as many as you want, but remember, we're using raw garlic. So chances are you're not gonna be within speaking distance of anybody after this for a little while, okay? So I'm gonna take a little pinch. This is kosher salt. Kosher salt, good for you. All right. And then I'm gonna take my olive oil and I'm just gonna add it like this. We see that? Okay. And you can play with this. There isn't, as you can see, I'm not using the recipe here. It just depends on what your taste is. All I'm doing, if you have a mortar and pestle, this works really, really even better. So you can smash all this up with the mortar and get it really, really emulsified, okay? Other than that, I love it like this as well. So after the first 10 minutes, it's gonna look like this, all right? So we're gonna take that, gonna brush it. Sorry, I just lost my spoon, oh well. We're gonna take it, brush it, get it nice and saturated with that garlic butter. Yum, yum, yummy. I made this one earlier, so it's a little drier. That's why I'm using a little bit more, but doesn't matter. All of that is flavor, okay? So you notice I didn't season my vegetables, right? Everybody noticed I didn't season the vegetables? That's why. So now it looks like this. You're gonna put it back in the oven. Blah, 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 blah. Like 5 more minutes, right? After that, here is a Simply Nature organic marinara sauce. This is from Aldi. Whole Foods has one as well in the 365 brand. They're both about $2. So roughly, I would say 20 cents more than the regular conventional brand for a much better product, right?
Kareem, we have about 4 minutes.
Well, how much?
4 minutes.
Okay, perfect. All right, awesome. So that gets done. You're gonna take that, warm up however much you want. You can heat it up on the stove or in the microwave, whatever you have, okay? And then you're gonna plate it up and eat it. So get your kebab. Once it's ready, I like to serve my kebab because I'm a little bit bigger than a kid, so I like to serve it with a nice healthy salad. I take this kebab, and normally what I do is top it with cheese because people love some cheese. So this is from Earth Grown. It is a plant-based vegan shred. Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
Looking dark over there. So you just sprinkle it on. You can melt that back in if you want. You can put that on the oven and remelt that. But when you're done, it's gonna look something like this. And it is absolutely amazing.
You can see that on Instagram. There you go. We can see it now. There you go.
So you can always
Show us on Zoom too.
What's that? Say that again.
Can you put that on Zoom?
Where is that, over here?
Yep.
Can you see it?
Yes. Yep. Looks great.
It is good. So, I just have it like this, and you just dip it. Take it apart, dip it, eat it. It's amazing.
They see you eat.
Oh.
You're gonna eat all that food in front of us?
It's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot, but it's good.
It looks great.
And the vegetables are like perfect.
People on Instagram say they can't see you eating it, so you want to move your camera up a little bit. While he's doing that, everybody.
Which one? Which camera?
Your
Instagram?
phone. Your phone. Move it up a little bit because
Here we
they
go.
wanted to see you eating the food.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm.
All right, so
Mm. I don't know if y'all.
Instagram just cut off.
Mm.
Kareem, we ran out of time. Instagram cut off.
We had our time?
Yeah, that's what I kept telling you. Instagram
Oh.
just cut us off. So, but they got the gist of it. They saw the whole cooking and everything. So this whole thing is gonna be recorded. It's being recorded right now, and is also I'm gonna put it up on YouTube so that people can actually have access to it later on.
Mm.
Really, Kareem?
I waited all day because I was hungry. Because I wanted to really make sure it tasted good when I ate it. But this is...
yeah, so, Joanna, do you have any questions? No? Okay.
So at this point, you just turn it, see?
Right.
Turn it and brush it, and then put it back in the oven.
Yep.
So I have 2 tonight, all to myself. Hey.
There you go.
So yeah, that's it.
All
Yummy.
right. All right. This was actually great. I want to
That
say
went so fast.
it does go by really fast. That's why I was telling you that we were running out of time.
Whoa.
Well, the reason Zoom hasn't cut us off was because I upgraded my account, so it doesn't cut us off after an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to upgrade but Instagram doesn't play that. It will cut you off right after an hour. But
Wow.
they got the gist of it. I'm gonna go and do like a little thank you post and sorry for being cut off. But thank you everybody for tuning in. Wanda, Stephanie, I think somebody else had left too. Joanne, thank you so much. Thank you. Sorry I had to mute everybody only because it will be too much feedback, if everybody was talking at the same time. So
Joe, you like my scruff? This is since the 12th of March.
I'm unmuting you guys right now. If you want to unmute and talk, you can. Now that it's over.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let them talk.
Yeah. They can unmute themselves now.
Okay.